It's been a nightmare
Oh my gosh.
for girls during COVID. From what I heard from activists on the ground, the wheels kind of came off the bus when they kind of went home, because there's a level of desperation added. And I think in not wanting the girls to get pregnant or not wanting to be responsible if they do, you know, they were cut and married in a lot of cases.
And I call child marriage, I call it kidnapping. You're depriving her of her rights to have a childhood, to have a teenagehood, to have a crush, to discover actually her sexual orientations, to discover if she actually wants to be with a man or with a woman. And you're basically kidnapping her into a world that is not hers.
I remember somebody from The Economist, this reporter was asking, well, what type of FGM did you go through? Why are we adjudicating violence? Like, you know, you don't say this was like a worse form of rape than another form, you know, sexual assault, rape, these are all, it's just bad. It's wrong. We don't need to talk about how invasive, you know, or how cruel or how barbaric the act of violence was.
These are life-changing things that are happening to these girls and that they're going to live with for their whole lives, and they'll pass it down to their children. So waking up the right people, but also making sure that you're not exploiting the people who are going through this.
You try to push yourself and to remember that by writing the story with the right narrative, you are trying to do something and you are making a difference, even if it's a 1%.
Like I rarely use Twitter, but I finally am becoming more vocal. So I updated my bio, and I just said, I'm an advocate, you know, for a just and equitable world where, you know, girls can be free. Like, it's just, it feels so good to say that rather than to say I'm an advocate against these like traumatic forms of cutting of genitalia. Like, that just sounds terrible. Like, I don't really want to be part of, you know, even though we're ending that to get to this. So I think the end point of what we want is just, for me as someone who's in it, who tells my story, who's a survivor, it just feels freer. I feel like I almost like exhale and sort of relief when I even just say the words free to be.